Hello, Laziali all over the world. Welcome to a special episode of Lazio Lounge. I'm Vittorio Campanile. With me, as usual, celebrating Scotland performance, Alistair Mackenzie. But Alistair, this is a special episode for two reasons. First, is the first time that we have a guest, a woman guest, right? Are we right about that? And second, because we have to talk about an incredible thing that is happening to Lazio to promote Lazio fan and to do something special. We have Patrizia de Rossi to talk about Lazio Libertà. Patrizia, thank so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. Hi, everybody. I'm very glad to be here, very honored, because I know that you are very fond of Lazio, and this is a special occasion to talk about our team.
Yep, definitely. Alistair, do you want to start? I know you have plenty of questions.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that the first thing to do probably is to ask you, Patrizia, to introduce kind of what Lazio Libertà is and how it was set up and why it was set up. Could you tell us a little bit about the group and the background?
Yeah, sure. This is a group born on January the 9th, of course, 2020. And because we are a bunch of professional directors, journalists, and simple clerks, people from any kind of social class, but we are all set or tired to be named as fascists or racists or even Nazis. We don't accept it anymore. We know that we have a special sector of our stadium which is very, very, let's say, unkind. Can I say that? I mean, they're very good in something like, for instance, the wonderful things that they do when there is a big match, like for instance against Rome or against Juve or against Inter. We see this kind of choreography, giant choreography, which are really very impressive. That's the best part of that sector. But on the other side, there are some very nasty actions that they commit all over Europe, and that has cost Lazio a lot of labels, let's say so. And simply we were tired to be named fascist, so we decided to fund this association made by anti-fascist people of different opinions, different ideas, but everybody is against racist, against fascism, and against violence. So our first action actually was to put our banners on Lazio Salernitana, because there had been the infamous, let me say so, the infamous action of the inner minister of France, that decided that all Laziali are fascists, and so they couldn't go to see Marsiglia against Lazio. That was a big problem, because we know, of course, that we couldn't go there because the game is a high risk match. Yeah. Even the French supporters couldn't come to Rome to see the match because of the danger of huge fights against the supporters. But the minister of the internship of France, which is a republic, I would like to remember, decided that all the Laziali supporters are fascists and couldn't even enter in France, which is unfair and absurd. And even more absurd was that no Italian politician had taken the word to say this is not correct. The only one who did something was Giorgia Meloni, okay, who is probably the closest politician to that ideology, which in Italy is still not an ideology but a crime based on our constitution. So after that infamous act, we decided that the association could go out and be visible to the other Lazio supporters, because we need to have some visibility. We need to know. We need to let other people, other supporters, teams. They have to know that Lazio is also other things beyond that specific sector of the stadium. And so we decided to make these huge banners, 3 banners actually, where one said no to the violence, no to racism, and the other one was politics out of every stadium. Okay.
Yeah, and this is a very important point. Politics out of the stadium, and it's terrible that Lazio has been linked heavily to this politic side. Both me and Alistair have been living abroad, and it's terrible the experience you feel when you say, "Hey, I'm a Lazio fan," and they say, "Okay, so you're fascist." And you have to explain, no, we are not fascist. We're against fascism. And, it's funny because the history of Lazio proved that Lazio is not a fascist team. All the contrary about that. So thank you, because not only with banners, but even on social platform, we saw you on Twitter proving every single day that Lazio has nothing to do with fascists. A lot of Lazio fans are against fascism. And Lazio is a football club, and there's nothing to do with politics. So this is a huge step forward. And it's very hard for you, because it has been ages, at least 10 years, that this is going on. And we felt that the club didn't do enough. The club, especially in the past years, were silent, were doing like, no, nothing happened. It's nothing big. Instead, we think it was completely the opposite. This silence didn't help the images of the club. Do you agree with us, Patrizia?
Sure. That's one of the main points. If you remember when Yusai came to Rome and he was involved in this joke that all the team players do, and they sing a song, and the other guys cheers and laugh and sing together alongside with him. And Yusai decided to sing Bella Ciao, which is, of course, is a political song, more than better than political song. I think it's a song about freedom. Okay, when Italy got rid of fascism. Okay, but it is also one of the most popular songs inside the House of Cards. I don't remember the name of the Spanish House of Cards, House of Paper, La Casa de Papel.
Money Heist in English.
And that was one song sung in the TV show, in the TV series. So probably Yusai knows that environment, not the political one. But anyway, part of the supporters decided that to put a banner saying Lazio is fascist, which is not true. After that, the president and other and his member staff decided to start doing something. As a matter of fact, they decided to, first of all, they protected Yusai. Secondly, they have changed the press staff. Okay, we have the society Lazio has a new head of communication. And this young man called Roberto Rao is very active, and he's doing a very good job. Okay, so the latest news say that President Lotito and Iglitare and Ciro Immobile as the captain of Lazio took part in this meeting with the Pope for helping some young guys. Gypsy. I mean, the tribe is Rome. Okay, Rome gypsies that can play together. We are all brothers. Okay, Lazio was the only team in Rome that took part in this meeting. Okay, and after that, Lotito named the head of the Showa Museum in Rome, Massimo Venezia, as member of the directorial staff of Lazio. So I think, yeah, and this news were on the yesterday's newspapers, right? So these are two very impressive and very strong actions that the society is taking to fight violence, racism, and fascism. Okay, and we are very proud that finally also the society, also the president are taking a very precise position.
One thing I would say in response to that, I agree that it's been encouraging to see some improvement on the club's behalf, but from our perspective as kind of representatives, I guess, in a certain way of the international fan base, it's still frustrating to see the club do absolutely nothing in the English language, for example, where they have a lot of work to do to repair the reputation that the club has globally, because a lot of the stories that are written about Lazio, about positive things that Lazio do in the community or actions they take, they won't be published, to a wider audience, and therefore the club perhaps needs to do more to get the message across out of the Italian borders that they are doing something about this, because the idea people have in other countries is always, that's kind of what I said around the Marseille thing, is that if people in France have only ever heard negative things about Lazio, then you can understand why they do have that idea of the fan base, because they've never heard anything else. The only thing they've ever heard is negativity. So do you think that more needs to be done to internationalize the club, make it kind of start to repair its image outside of Italy, or are they right to be focusing on the image inside of Italy for now?
Actually, I think that first they have to repair and rebuild the reputation in Italy, and then they have to go on in Europe. I mean, first let's start with rebuilding the reputation in Italy, and then when we go abroad with the international cups, we have to bring a different message. But the big problem that abroad only go that people, most of the people who go abroad are people from that sector, okay, and they want to impose that opinion in other people. So I totally agree with you that Lazio should have a part in English of their website, because everybody should know. I mean, probably they didn't realize, they haven't still realized how many supporters Lazio has all over the world, and so probably they didn't care until now about the foreign market. Okay, let's say so.
Yeah.
But if they start to understand that there is another world outside the Italian borders, that then they will do something, because as I told you before, Roberto Rao, the new head of communication, is doing a wonderful job, because he, for instance, I don't know if you have heard or seen this new series on Amazon Prime
Yes.
regarding Maradona. And okay, and he should have, he would he would have said, let's go and kill this fascist. But
Yeah.
Maradona went to Formello and perfectly knew how Lazio and Lazio supporters were. And so Roberto Rao, on behalf of society, asked for cutting that scene. And I actually don't know, because I don't follow Amazon Prime, but there has been a huge noise around this scene and around this series. So I guess that they had cut that scene. Also because Maradona is dead, and so he couldn't, he can't reply, of course. And this is another very negative things that we face in Italy. Okay, and there are so many episodes. So, like for instance, an Italian journalist, after the Marsiglia facts, Marsiglia, let's say, how do you like? And she was live on a TV show, on a talk show, and she said, personally, I don't know if he was to be fascist or to be laziale, which is a silly, stupid, idiot thing to say. So now I guess that also with our very little help, the Lazio is taking a lot of actions. They want to stop this common opinion that all Laziali are fascists. It's not true. As I can say, I had a lot of researches, and I discovered that, first of all, the 15 founders of Lazio were all people from the lower classes, and they were students, they were workers, they had this hut on the Tiber, and they called themselves the Hut of Pipa Nera, Black Pipe, facing the clubs of the nobles, which were on the other side of the Tiber. Okay, on this side, on Prati, which was a huge lawn. That's why it's called Prati. And on the other side, there was the nobleman, the church, the Pope, and so this is Lazio was actually very popular, and not many people know that one of the partisans who caught Mussolini was the son of one of Lazio founder. So of course, there was also General Vaccaro, who decided not to share with all the teams that we will have formed Roma, but we were in a regime. Okay, so it's a different. I mean, there are different things to say, and I don't like opinions based on nothing. Okay, I don't like always to say the same story. Or you are from Lazio, or you support Lazio, so you are fascist. It's not true, and it's time to say stop. We are not like that. We are not fascist, nor we are not racist. One of our supporter is Ousmane Dabo, who follows us from Senegal, and he has a deep relation with Lazio, and he has a soccer school for young kids, and they all have the Lazio shirts, and the shorts and socks and everybody and the balls for playing, and that's all. So it's time to understand that Lazio is a huge world with many aspects to investigate.
Patrizia, can I ask you how people can help the Foundation Lazio Libertà, and did you have problems with the Curva Nord, as you know, that's the issue for Lazio?
Okay, actually, we always highlight that we are not a political association. We always highlight that we want to support Lazio. Okay, yep. From every corners, from every angle. So we want to support Lazio. We want to go to the stadium just to support Lazio, and we want that children, kids, women, elderly people, everybody can go to the stadium just for seeing a soccer game. Not to say you are black, I will boo you or I will whistle to you. No, we just want to see a football game, and support Lazio. We have some problems. Well, actually, we received a lot of messages on Twitter, on Instagram, on our Facebook page. Who are you? What do you want? Why don't you talk about the sector of Livorno, the anti-communist, the communist sector of Livorno? I don't know, but we tend not to follow this kind of provocations because actually it's useless and it's not what we want to do. We just want to support Lazio, and we want to support Lazio all together, of course.
One of the been this biglietto.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Okay.
Sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
I was just saying that one of the best things that you've done is launch this project. So could you explain a bit about what the idea behind that is and how it's happening?
I missed some words. So are you talking about the tickets that we offer to other people that can afford to pay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, one of our associates suggested that we could help people who actually and presently can't afford to go to the stadium, because if you think that the Curva sector against Inter was 40 euros. So it's a lot, especially if you go with your partner or with your son or with your daughter. It becomes easily 100 euros, because when you are inside the stadium, maybe a bottle of water or whatever, and it becomes 100 euros. And we all know how many problems do we have, all of us. And so we decided to do this kind of fundraising, saying if you can spend money to help people who would like to see a game of Lazio but can't afford, you can make a donation, and you have just to and on the other side, if you would like to go to the stadium but you can afford it, you can send us an email. We have an email, and you make your request. And then we have a PayPal account, and everybody who wants to donate can send their money to the PayPal account that we have. And I would like to tell you the name of the account, which is www.paypal.com/paypalme/Lazio e Liberta, without the accent, of course. This is the account where you can send your money. On the other side, if you want to ask for, we have bought, I guess, 21 tickets. We spent 800 euros in order to buy 21 or 22, I don't remember the exact number, for Lazio Juve. Of course, they were all destined to Lazio fans because we are in the south sector, and as you know, there are a lot of Juve supporters, and so we have to we want to help Lazio supporters, non-Juve supporters or Inter supporters or whatever. So we have bought these tickets, and we are raising funds for the next game, which will be Lazio Udinese, I guess, on December the 2nd. So if anyone wants to apply, just send an email to biglietto sospeso, LEL, @gmail.com. Okay, I repeat, I can make a spell. I can spell it. It's
we will
B-I.
put the link at the end of the podcast, so everybody has it on. So that's gonna make it.
Okay. So I don't spell it. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Go on.
Did I answer Alice there? Okay. So it was an our associate idea, and everybody, we were all very enthusiastic about these things because we have seen that since the very beginnings, since the very first post, a lot of people replied because they wanted and they want actually to see Lazio live and not on TV, not only on TV.
Because there's not the season tickets, and again against Juventus we are talking about 40 euros for the Curva and Distinti, which is a lot considering that there's not the season tickets. So this is a great thing, and thank you again for this. But
you're welcome.
Patrizia, before we wrap it up, you have founded an association. How can people support the association? Is there a link for donation? Can people join this association, become members?
Sure.
Do you have a website?
Sure.
Can you explain to everybody? Because we know that our friends of Lazio Toronto made a donation for the Biglietto Sospeso, so we want to know if Lazio fans all over the world can join this Lazio Libertà.
Yeah, sure. You can. Okay, we have a Facebook page called Lazio Libertà ASP, and everybody can go there and see what we are doing, our actions and our future events. Okay, we had to stop because of COVID, and so being born on 2020, we were blocked as all the rest of the world. But now we are going out and we are doing a lot of actions, a lot of events. So Facebook page is Lazio Libertà ASP. Then we have a Twitter account, an IG account, and you can always write to Lazio Libertà without the accent at gmail.com. And there is always somebody who replies. But also you can write on Messenger directly from the page on Facebook. So we are trying to extend our number of associates, which are now 300, which is not
wow. Yeah.
Which is not a small number, considering that we are always we couldn't go out until now.
Alistair, do you have another question? If your internet is working, obviously.
Sorry, yeah, I know it's not been the best today.
Today.
No. I mean, I think I just want to say, really, on behalf of us certainly, and I know a lot of our listeners as well who've been very supportive. We just thank you so much for raising this voice and being the voice of the sane Lazio fan, really, because it means a lot to people to have that being that voice being heard, those banners being seen. It makes a huge difference, and hopefully starts to change the record and change the way people look at the club a little bit. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I would like to underline that Vittorio was asking before if we had problems, we have had problems with the Curva Nord. Actually,
Yes.
there are much more people who sent emails and messages saying we're great, go on like this, we are proud of you, we want to join the association because we would like to go to the stadium and not being named as fascists. Okay, so it's more people who want to follow us than people who is against us, also because they don't have any topics to discuss on. I mean, they just say, okay, why don't you talk about the Curva of Livorno? We don't care about Curva of Livorno.
No.
We are Lazio fans. Why do we have to speak about Livorno Curva? I don't know. I don't know if is in which division it plays. I don't know. Actually, I'm ignorant. I must confess, but and then the people who wrote against us just said things like, okay, let's meet outside and we fight. Don't be a lion, a keyboard lion. Get out and meet us on the street. Which, of course, it's exactly what we want to fight. What we are against.
Yeah. I mean,
so.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, unfortunately, and yeah, it's terrible. And at the same time, we have to say that we are talking really about a bunch of people. It's not all the Curva Nord. There are like 20, 30 people that are like this. All the rest are Lazio fans who don't care about politics. And the other thing, they say, you are communist. No, we are not communists. We want to reiterate that we're not fascist. Fascist is banned in Italy. We don't want politics in the stadium. We don't want to be linked to fascism. We are not communists. We want to fight for Lazio, support Lazio, and that's it. So again, Patrizia, thank you for your work. It's amazing. And we are so happy that finally something is changing. And as you said, we have to give credit to the club, because in the last couple of months, things have improved. There's not silence anymore. We are finally talking about this. The club is finally doing something really active against this. And, this change of pace is really encouraging for us and for all the Lazio fans all over the world. So, again, thank you very much, Patrizia.
You're welcome. I will share your compliments and your appreciation to the other colleagues. I want to tell you also that yesterday or 2 days ago, we had a honorary member who is a very popular journalist in Italy. Is Clemente Mimoun, who was head of Canale 5, I guess. And he's not a left-wing man. Actually, he's a right-wing man, but he is a very big fan of Lazio, and is very glad that about all the things that we are doing. And he supports us, and this is very important for us also, because this is what exactly we want to do. We don't want to be labeled again as communists, or we are not communists, we are not only left. And the fact that a man like Mimoun is our honorary member confirms the fact that we want just to support Lazio. And all together, we want to support Lazio. We want to protect and defend Lazio from a bad reputation that it doesn't deserve, of course. That's the most important thing. And I don't want. I mean, I don't want to go abroad and be labeled again, and never ever in my life again as, oh, you are from Lazio, also that's why you are a fascist, or the reverse, you are a fascist, so you must be Lazio fan. It's not. It's enough. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Alistair, last question. Do you have one, or we can wrap it up here?
No, I think we've covered all the bases there, and it was really enjoyable to hear you speak. So thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for the kind invitation.
Thank you again, Patrizia. And if you're an Italian speaker, Patrizia just wrote a book about Lazio, right? La leggenda della Lazio.
Le leggende, plural.
Le leggende, sorry. We have
okay.
some people that listen that understand Italian. So do you want a little bit to talk about this book that I'm going to buy immediately as soon as it's
okay, this is the book. This is the book. And it's I'm not I'm a journalist actually, but I don't write about sports. I just write about music, entertainment, movie stars and stuff like that. But I wanted to it came out almost for fun, because I've seen that my publishing house, the publishing house which I work with, has published Le leggende della Juve, dell'Inter, del Milan, del Napoli, and also of Roma. And I said, why do you have Le leggende della Roma and not Le leggende del Lazio? Lazio has a history like a story in a novel, because since we were founded, we have always been in the eye of the Cyclops. And so the publisher actually told me to write this book, and so I tried to tell a different story. I mean, the story is, of course, the official story of Lazio, but it is told through the main characters. I have considered the players, the soccer players, not as a soccer players, because I didn't want to make a technical writing. I just I wanted to talk about the character beyond the player. And so I discovered a lot of things. Very few people actually know that Grazia Deledda, who won the Nobel Prize for Literature, was an associate of Lazio. She wrote for a monthly magazine called La Lazio, and every month she wrote articles about Lazio and what happened in Rome at the very beginning of the 20th century. So this is very. I mean, I didn't even know, but I found out doing these researches for the book, and also that I don't know if you. I don't know. Sorry for the repetition. I don't know if you know that one of the team of Lisbon in Portugal, it's called Benfica, and has an eagle on the has an eagle as a symbol, okay? And that symbol was taken from Lazio, from the eagle of Lazio, because the founder of Benfica was the first Portugal player who played in Italy and played for Lazio. He was a student of fine arts and played with Lazio, asking, can I play with you? Because he was walking his dog in Villa Borghese, and he saw some people playing football. And he asked them, can I join you? Because I am from Portugal and I used to play in Portugal, but I would like to, now I'm here in Rome for studying fine arts, and I would like to play football. And he was the first Portugal soccer player in Italy, first ever. And wow. This is another funny story about Lazio, you know. And but very few people know that.
Yeah, so very interesting. Very nice.
So it's an unusual book. Let's say so. Okay.
Very
Thank you,
very
Vittorio, for asking me.
very interesting. Yeah, it make me really curious. Now I want to read it. So I'll try to find it online as soon as possible. Thank you again, Patrizia, for joining us.
You're welcome.
Remember, guys, to support Lazio Libertà, follow them on Twitter, on Instagram. I heard they have the account. And, if you want to help like Lazio Toronto did for the Biglietto Sospeso, you will find all the details in the description. Thank you again, Patrizia. Thanks, everybody, for listening for this podcast. Remember, you can find us on Spreaker, YouTube, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast, you will find Lazio Lounge. And if you want to support us, then we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/Lazio Lounge. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye, Alistair.
Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, Alistair. Thank you, Vittorio. Bye-bye.